Hey you, hope you're well. I'm Nikki DeForest. Welcome to my channel. The topic today is my top 7 tips for navigating these challenging life changes that we seem to be having a lot of the last few years. Change is hard. You know it. You've been through these pandemic changes. Everybody has it. I can't imagine that it's not impacted every single person. So you know how hard it is. It's been hard. So let's talk about ways to make those life changes just a little more smooth, a little more navigable, let's say. The first one, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Change is hard. Change is hard. Even if you like change and you enjoy like experiencing new things and doing different things, major life changes are still going to be hard. They just are. We are imagining being something different or doing something new or living in a different way or a different place. Change is brave and give yourself grace to make those changes. Be kind, be gentle with yourself as you navigate those changes. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, get out of your head. When we are faced with changes, especially when they come to us, not when we're choosing them, but even when we're choosing them, we can get in our head a little bit. We can start thinking about, oh, everything that's going to change and every single little bit of challenge that's along the way and the situation, oh, it's a big change and oh, it just feels so big and then I got to plan and I got to do all that. Stop. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. There's only one thing that we need to focus on while we're experiencing all these changes, and that's the next step. Just the next step. It's the only thing we need to focus on. So if you find yourself kind of spinning and thinking about everything that's going to change and all of this, is just take a deep breath, release it, release the thoughts, and remind yourself just the next step. And that's step 3. One baby step at a time. Just one step. And really, we don't need to do any more than just the one little step. So that's really all we can do, right? Just the next step. I mean, it'd be weird if we were going along and instead of working on the next step, we were working like on 20 steps down the line, like just the next step. And just by focusing on that next baby step, we can move to step 4 or tip number 4, which is focus on progress. Just progress. The baby steps can be kind of incremental progress. We also want to look back a little bit and say, oh my gosh, look at how much progress we've already made on our change journey. Give ourselves credit for like the progress that we've already made and the changes that we made along the way. Because really, when we're looking at big life changes, it's really more about like, oh, the little changes. And we can say, oh, look at all the progress we've already made. We've already made all these little changes. We're making great progress. Focus on the progress. Tip 5, leave room for growth. Often when we're making these life changes, especially the big ones, we might have like an end game. We might say, okay, this is where I want to be. This is my goal right over here. But as we're making those little baby steps, that forward progress, we might just find that one of those baby steps just lights up our lives and then just kind of shifts maybe that end goal just a little bit. Not bigly, just a little bit. We want to make sure that we're leaving room for growth so that we're not like shoehorned into this kind of narrow path. If we just leave a little room for growth, not only does it mean we can kind of shift and move with those little baby steps as they happen and we kind of begin to make forward progress. We just know that we can Leaving, let me say this again. Leaving room for growth means that if something lights us up, we can shift our end goal. We can go in that direction a little bit more. I am so sorry. This is ZZ, by the way. I'm so sorry, ZZ. ZZ usually sits on the dining table, so I thought I'd just invite him back over here with me to be in on the show. Anyway, leave room for growth because you never know what's going to happen and what's going to come into your life and change it. And maybe things are a little bit better in this direction rather than the original direction I thought. Just leave room for growth. Tip 6. I'm sure you've heard it before, but if not, this is a biggie. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So if you are paying attention to all the negatives that are happening, how terrible it is, how hard it is, that's what you're going to get. That's where the energy is being put into. So that just builds all that negativity. Whereas if we are focused on the exciting, the good, oh, this step is going to be so much fun and we're going to do X, Y, and Z and it's going to be an adventure and it's going to be easy for us. It's going to be so much fun. That's then where the energy goes. Whatever we are focused on is where our energy is going. So as long as we're focusing on the challenges or how hard it is or how people are terrible or blah, blah, all the negative stuff, that's what we're growing. And when we can shift our focus to the more positive things, how exciting it is, how easy change is, how fun it is, that's the energy that grows there. Is it easy? No, sometimes we get caught up in that negative side and that's where our attention is for the moment. Shift out of it as soon as you recognize that all your attention is focused on the negative. Clear it out and shift your focus to what's positive, even if it's an effort, a practice of this is good, this will be easy, this will be easy. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. And tip 7, and this is the one that I'm constantly reminding myself of, change takes time. Be patient. It can take years to change a career and be successful at it. It can take years to go to school and accomplish those goals. It can take years to change a relationship. It can take, or if it's an internal perspective change, it can also change on a dime. But generally speaking, change takes time, especially our physical outside world. Sometimes our inside world can change rather quickly, but even sometimes that takes time. It all takes time. Just be patient and kind to yourself. Be gentle. If it feels like things are slowing down and becoming stuck, be gentle. Sometimes the energy does just get bogged down, and we kind of have to weather that stormy bogginess. Just be patient and loving to yourself. It's going to take time. Change happens sometimes. Change happens to us. But from a spirituality perspective, let's say change happens for us. In each one of my videos, I highlight someone I've worked with or someone who inspires me. And today I'm doing it a little differently. Giving a shout out to one of my subscribers, Irene. Irene, I love you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the enchilada recipe you gave me a long time ago because I'm making enchiladas today and I was thinking about you when I was doing it. Irene, I love you. You've been through so much. Give yourself credit for what you have survived. You have navigated so many changes in your life. You've got this. You are so much stronger than you think. You are so much stronger than you think you are. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit for the progress you've made. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I love you all. Remember to like this video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, share it if it resonates with you. I'm so grateful for your precious time and your beautiful energy. And until the next time on Exploring Spirituality, I love you so much. Be well.